festival. Here in Abu Dhabi, we have one of the biggest chess festivals in the world with more than 600 participants divided in tournament and master tournament with more than 50 grandmasters, women grandmaster, international master, and women international masters. And of course, don't miss our open tournament with more than 250 participants from all over the world, and junior tournament starting from this Sunday. And of course, we have a lot of side events as blitz tournament in a free day, simultaneous exhibition with one of the strongest grandmaster of this tournament, and don't miss family tournament, family team tournament composed by two members from the same family, Homeland Protectors tournament, and senior tournament for players of 55 years old and over. So the tournament is hosted by a very beautiful Sofitel hotel, 5-star hotel here in Abu Dhabi downtown on the Corniche. And I'm Grandmaster Viorel Erdokescu, coach at Abu Dhabi Chess Club. I will make for you live coverage from this tournament. And we have a very strong field. Top seeded is Grandmaster Krivorushko from Ukraine. I would say he's playing here not for the first time. Today he plays with young international master and very dangerous international master from India, Vianney Antonio. And he already sacrificed a pawn in Ruy Lopez anti-Berlin variation. On board number 2 we have Chinese Grandmaster Nihua. Yeah, this is the pairings for the first round. You can see our Grandmaster are playing, and of course we'll follow Grandmaster Salem, leading UAE Grandmaster, with playing on the third board with Indian FIDE Master Rathnawel from India. Yeah, and this is the position. Well, I would say that really a very modern approach to the opening, because not very often you will see white is trying to push his pawns on the queen side in Najdorf, especially you made a castle long. So just from the beginning, we have Najdorf variation, one of the many lines in Najdorf, knight f6, yeah, and here just e5, knight g to e2, h5, a very aggressive approach, but very popular nowadays. Just black stops the move g4 and intends to develop his pieces by g6, bishop e6, knight d7 or knight c6, bishop g5, bishop e6, take on f6. Everything was played before. Queen d8, queen d3, knight bd7, castle long, b5, g6, king b1, knight c5, queen to e2, bishop g7, h4, and here there is the key position. And of course, like I would say the classical approach, white should start pushing his pawns on the king side by playing f3, g4, or g3, bishop h3, but b4 threat is very strong. So white should start this advance by playing a3, but somehow you don't want to make a hook, yeah, and giving black the chance to attack on the queen side, playing by a5 and b4. And here white decided to play a very, I would say, well, completely unusual idea for this kind of variation, b4. Knight to d7, black is forced to play to d7 because of course knight to a4 is just a bad move, because after knight takes a4, b takes a4, white can capture the pawn on a6. And after knight to d7 here, okay, it's very hard to guess white's move. I would consider here g3, with the idea to play bishop h3 or a3, maybe a prophylactic move, or just to move the queen with the idea to develop the queen. And here the move is a4. Wow, I would say this completely modern approach to the chess opening. Very concrete play. Of course, it was everything prepared at home. Now you can see the clock is 1 hour 20. So white wasted just 10 minutes plus 30 seconds. So it's clear sign that this is a home preparation. Otherwise, of course, you cannot play chess in such a manner. So a4, a5. Very interesting idea. Black is counter-attacking the king side, and the most important, gaining some space and c5 square for the knight. So a5, knight takes b5, castle, knight c7, and this is the current position. I think white is still on his home preparation. Otherwise, simply you cannot play this kind of chess. So it's wow. I would say probably this is the one of the most interesting position of the round, and of course we will follow. So some more information about our tournament. So the prize fund of the festival is $70,000, one of the biggest prize fund in Asia, with 13,000 for the winner of the tournament, second place 7,500, and third place will get $5,500. Total 10 prizes, and also we have a lot of special prizes in master tournament. For instance, the best 3 players below 2000 rating. Of course, we'll not forget our best female players with 3 prizes, and many special prizes for local players. In the open section, we have 2,000 for the winner and 1,500 for the second place and 1,200 for the third place, and many other prizes. Best under 1,700, best for local players, UAE, Abu Dhabi Chess Club players. Yeah, and in master tournament we have 3 more players from Abu Dhabi Chess Club. For UAE, I would like to mention here Omron Al-Hossani, fresh Arab champion under 20. He got IM International Master title, and today he plays with International Master from Iran, Alavi Sayed. So of course I will follow this game too, because first of all Omran is Abu Dhabi Chess Club player, and also he's my student. Okay, so one more time, let's follow the top boards. The top boards. On board number 1, we have top-seeded Yuri Krivoruchka from Ukraine. He plays with Vianney Antonio from India. So I'll guess he's probably from Goa state, a former Portuguese colony, and because Vianney Antonio is a typical Portuguese name. So here, this is the current position. Yeah, and just from the beginning, I would like to mention a very interesting idea, a pawn sacrifice. So let's go from the beginning. Yeah, e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, a6, bishop a4, knight f6, castle short, bishop c5, bishop takes c6, d takes c6, d3. So this is typical variation, actually similar to anti-Berlin. The difference is the pawn on a6. So in Berlin variation, we have the same position with black pawn on a7, which is, in my opinion, changes a little. So the ideas are quite similar. Bishop to g4, h3, and a surprising move, bishop to h5. So black is, after move g4, black is ready or to sacrifice the piece on g4 by playing knight takes g4. Actually, originally I was thinking this is black's idea to sacrifice the knight. After g takes h4, bishop takes g4 two pawns for the piece and bishop's pair and some prospects to attack on the king side. This is one idea, and I would say it's quite playable. Okay, and the second idea, the move bishop g6, just sacrificing the central pawn on e5. Knight takes e5 and the move knight d7, just sacrificing the pawn. Of course, if white takes on g6, after pawn takes g6, black open the h file and getting some very interesting attacking prospects on the king side. Yeah, it's open file. For instance, for world champion Mikhail Tal, it would be enough to give a mate. Yeah, open file and just enough pieces. Yeah, two rooks and the queen. And after knight, white of course didn't take on g6. Knight takes d7, queen takes d7, bishop e3. Of course, this is one of the famous rule. When you have material up, you just need to change as many pieces as you can, especially the bishops, because bishop on c5 is a very strong piece, and bishop takes d3. Well, okay, white, of course, black needs speed for the attack, because playing bishop d6 just leave c5, closing the bishop on a7. Okay, honestly speaking, from the first glance, white's position is better, because the bishop on b8, a7 is closed. White intends to play knight to d2 and knight c4, followed by knight d6. It's the space advantage, and I don't know, it's better development, I would say. Bishop on c8, still black needs to solve some problems. So knight e5, of course, knight takes a5. Black can play an intermediate move, rook d8 first, followed by check on d3. But move is quite logical, yeah. Black wants to takes on a4, so knight takes a4 is a huge threat. The other threat might be bishop to c4, bishop to c4, yeah. So very interesting move, and really there is some problems to solve here. Okay, let's try to play it the most direct way. So after knight b6, knight takes e6, pawn takes e6, and can white take on a5? I don't know. Let's try. So taking on a5, of course, knight takes to a4. a4 will follow. Now there is a huge threat of knight c3 check, and I don't know. I don't know. It's really hard to advise here. First, I was thinking to play rook to h3, but after queen takes a5, rook b3, there is a typical move, rook takes b5, and rook takes b5, white can capture by rook. I don't know, let's try. Okay, rook, yeah, you can see the position on the screen. Knight c3, king b2, and I don't know, it's very dangerous. Really, it's very dangerous, but of course, Salim is Grandmaster Salim is famous for playing this very sharp and very double-edged position. So knight takes the bishop on e6 probably is the move to play here. Okay, let's check one more time. Knight takes the bishop, pawn takes the bishop, and can white play here immediately rook h3? And if knight takes a4, maybe white can bring immediately the rook to b3. unless a takes b4 is the move to consider. I don't know. This is too sharp for me. This is too sharp for me. Really, it's not a recommendation to play such a sharp position from the beginning, especially you don't have some home preparation, some very deep analysis at home, because otherwise, really, it's hard to recommend. So here we are expecting a double-edged, sharp and interesting game. Let's move further to the game from board number 2. We have board number 1. Board number 1, yeah, Grandmaster Krivoruchko plays with Vianney Antonio from India, and yeah, after castle long, Krivoruchko played the move knight to d2, knight to d2, king to b8 follow it, and knight to b3, knight to b3. Yeah, so white wants to, yeah, white's intention is very simple, very clear. White wants to play knight to d4 and later on to put the knight on f5, closing the bishop and the queen. Well, I don't know, still I believe black's initiative, black's attacking ideas are very strong. For instance, let's play the most direct way. If take on g4, of course white will capture black by queen, because I cannot recommend you here after h takes g4, pawn takes g4, there is a very strong move, rook h4, and g4 pawn is hanging. But even this one is not that important, because next move is rook d to h8, doubling the rook. Well, I don't know. I would be very much afraid playing this position as white. Yeah, we have this is the our analyzing board, and rook h4, black is full compensation. So after h takes g4, queen takes g4, I would recommend, and here, and by the way, I don't know, of course when you are attacking you don't want to change the queens, but let's try here. Queen takes g4, pawn takes g4, and the same idea of playing rook g4, and the point being, if king to g3, rook d to h8, blacks control the h file, and but I don't know, probably nothing concrete, yeah, because white just bring the knight into the center. Now knight f3 is a huge threat, and after rook h3 check, king f4, I don't see big benefits. Now, of course, changing the queens is not a good idea. Okay, let's try to find some attacking ideas after after knight b3. After knight b3, can black try just to bring after knight b3, just to bring back his pieces? Yeah, so king b8. I don't know if this move is a first necessity. I would recommend black to maybe to bring the bishop immediately into play, like playing f6 with the idea bishop to f7 and bishop to is rook takes e4, but I don't see any benefits after knight e5, knight f5. No, no, of course, I'll just give up with bishop takes e4 try. Okay, so black needs to bring the bishop into play. Of course, I can play c5. It's just after knight f3, rook h5. In my opinion, the compensation is full. Yeah, and this is actually happening in the game. So we have the position after g takes h4, queen takes g4, and here I'm expecting the move queen to e7. Queen to e7, and yeah, queen to e7, very good. Well done by young Vianney Antonio from India. A very sharp player. By the way, I do, if I'm not mistaken, here in Emirates, this year in Sharjah Master, Vianney Antonio defeated a very strong grandmaster in the first round of Sharjah Master. If I'm not mistaken, a grandmaster Fier from Brazil, but I will check this information. So he is really a very aggressive, I would say, player, and he can beat anyone. And this is really his style position. So queen takes g4, queen e7, and I believe black's chances are very good. Yeah, this is the current position, and one more time I would like to mention the idea rook to h4, followed by doubling the rook on the h file, and some idea of the sacrifice on e4, the bishop, or sometimes the rook. A very interesting position, and let's follow on board number 3. Pardon me. Board number 3, we have Grandmaster Salem, and he did play a move, and of course I didn't guess the move because the position is so sharp and really it's very hard. The move is queen e3. Wow, it's unbelievable this play, because I would say this is chess of 21st century, when you just move your pawns from your king a4, b4, a4, and now the knights are hanging, one on b5, the other on c7, and a quiet move queen e3. Okay, bringing the bishop into play and taking c4 square under control. Okay, let's try to guess the move. So okay, the most obvious move is taking the pawns, yeah? So knight takes a4 or pawn takes b4. Let's start with the move knight takes a4, especially black's last move is knight b6. Okay, knight takes a4. Knight takes a4, and here I admit Salim's idea was to play queen to a3. Queen to a3. Now the knight is hanging. I don't see any good move except knight to b6 back. Okay, knight to b6, and here b takes a5. No, b takes a5 is just a bad move instead because of knight c4, and maybe queen takes a5. Let's say white got a stability on the queen side, if you can say this. Yeah. Now b4 pawn is protected. White intends to complete his development. d6 pawn is hanging, and yeah, this position more or less I can understand. Okay, so knight takes a4, queen a3, and here I don't know. I was thinking to play bishop to d7. Bishop to d7, and the idea is if queen takes a4, black recapture the bishop, the knight on c7. Knight takes c7, bishop takes a4, and once again the position is, well, I don't know. It's really you have to be a magician to play this kind of position. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Okay, let's try to play b5, but after rook c8, I believe black is totally fine, and otherwise the pawn on b4 is hanging. So once again, knight takes a4, queen a3, and the move. Okay, until we will see the position is clarifying, because here is absolutely impossible to me, even at the grandmaster level, to play such kind of position is. All right, so this is the current position after queen e3. So taking on a4, one more time, taking on a4, probably knight takes e6, pawn takes a6, and queen a3, following by taking the pawn on a5, and white gets some stability on the queen side. Of course, I can't use here the words advantage or disadvantage or decisive. It's still unclear position, but somehow white got this stability. And the other variation, the other possibility after queen e6 is taking the other pawn. A takes to b4, but somehow you don't want to play it, because b4 pawn actually helps white to protect his king. So here I can play maybe a5 here, or rook takes d6. By the way, rook takes d6, yeah, wins on the spot. Yeah, rook takes d6. Now it's a kind of double attack. The queen on d8 is hanging, and the knight on b. variation introduced by non that world champion. I think he played one of the first this queen c2 variation, world champion Alexander Alekhine from Russia and France. Um, Actually, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, in Soviet time, Alexander Alekhine or Alekhine, as American or English auditorium is know him. Unless black can try immediately to change one of the bishop. I mean, black squares bishop. h6, bishop h4, g5. Otherwise, white will play f3 and keeps both bishops. So g5, bishop to g3, and knight to e4. Knight to e4. The bishop is trapped. Sooner or later, black will take on g3 and get some stability in the center. And no, I would not say that the position is better for white, because queen on b5 is a little bit, well, it's a little bit too far, I would say. White needs to bring the queen back by playing queen to b4, and trying to bring the queen, and then later on to play b4, because okay, also I would say here bishop f3 is a move to consider, with maybe the intention, white's intention, to take on e4, and if black capture on g3, pawn takes back on b3, on g3, and I don't know, white gets some advantage with the idea rook d2, doubling the rook on d file, and later on playing b6, but very carefully. Otherwise, for instance, after queen c7, b4 would be a huge mistake here, because after b4, a6, white queen is trapped and white is simply losing. Okay, one more time to the current position. So bishop. Okay, maybe he is thinking about the move c5, and if knight f5, bishop takes f5, rook takes f5, and c4, breaking the structure in the center. Yeah, by the way, interesting idea. So it's completely different approach. not playing on the king side, but trying to seize some initiative in the center, and d3 pawn is an issue, and rook d1 is just a bad move, because after rook e1, rook takes e4, take c4. Yeah, despite of changing all minor pieces, still black gets good compensation for the pawn. Attacking on d3, rook g6, threat is always hanging, and rook doubling the rook on d file by playing rook to h to d6 or rook d to h8. Full compensation for the pawn. So very interesting play by young international master Vianney Antonio from India. Let's move to board number 3. Board number 3, we have our hero, Grandmaster Salem from United Arab Emirates. Yeah, a very complex game. So after the move queen to e3, black retreats his bishop to d7. Yeah, absolutely no chance to guess the move. Bishop to d7, rook takes to d6. Now I would say white controls the queen side and in the center. Rook takes d6, and black is still thinking. Okay, let's try to understand what was black's intention. So I believe knight takes to a4 is the idea, and I don't know. Knight takes a4, queen to d2 or to a3. So white definitely needs to attack black's pieces, or maybe something absolutely crazy. I don't know. Okay, queen to a7. I don't know. It's really hard to recommend here some moves. Queen to a7. Now the pawn on a7 is under attack. Maybe white wants to move the knight to d5, kind of discovering the queen, attacking the bishop to d7. Wow, I don't know. It's even sacrificing the queen might be an idea. I don't know. Bishop takes b5, rook takes d8, rook takes d8. No, but of course knight takes b5 back. I don't see any clear benefits of this queen sacrifice. No. So queen a7 is just a move. I don't know if it's the strongest, because here the other move I would recommend is the queen b3 move, attacking the knight on e4, and if black retreats the knight back to b6, white can simply takes on a5, and somehow white controls the center and the queen side. So very interesting play, very interesting play. So one more time, this is the current position after bishop d7, rook takes d6, and here black is thinking. The other move I can recommend is the move knight to c8, attacking the rook. Of course, and by the way, there is no such a, black still didn't make his choice. So black is down to 21 minutes only. And just one more time to remind you, there is no additional half an hour. So the time control is 90 minutes, 1.5 hours for full game plus 30 seconds per move. So rook takes d6, this is the current position, and my recommendation is knight to c8. White can simply retreat the rook to d2. Yeah, so just rook to d2 is much better than to d1, because white can double the rooks. Let's say after a takes b4, bishop c4, followed by rook d1, white got all his pieces into play. The b file is not anymore an issue, so the file is closed. I just simply put my bishop to b3, double the rooks to d1. The control is full, and black's position is simply bad. I don't know, honestly speaking, I don't like the move bishop to d7, just to retreat the bishop here to bishop to d7. I don't know, so here of course some taking the pawns or on b4 or on a4 would be preferable, but bishop to d7 and rook d6, I don't know. So rook c8, knight c8 doesn't work. Taking b4 pawn, same, the knight is hanging, so knight takes a4. White can choose queen a7. Let's say knight takes a4. White can choose between queen to a7 or queen to b3 or a3. In my opinion, white managed to get some advantage, and black needs to solve problems here. Rook takes to d6, and still we don't have the move from black. So from young, yeah. So traditionally we have a huge number of Indian players. So it's not a big surprise anymore. Indian chess players are, I mean, here in Emirates there is a very big Indian community, and almost 30% of the residents are Indian. But of course, Indian grandmasters and young players are very often playing here in Emirates. So Abu Dhabi is one of the 3 very strong tournaments organized by United Arab Emirates. Sharjah Masters in March, followed by Dubai Open in April, and here we have Abu Dhabi Chess Festival, one of the biggest chess festival in the world, with more than 600 participants. A huge number of participants divided by 3 tournaments. Of course, we will follow master tournament with 50 grandmasters are participating, and many international masters and FIDE masters as well. So once again, I would like to mention young Indian players. So you shouldn't be confused by their rating, their small ratings, 2-3, 2-4, because they are making progress very, very, very quickly. So you don't know that next, in couple of years or maybe some couple of months, we'll see an international master or even a grandmaster. So all right, so this is the current position after rook d6. Rook d6, we don't have moves from young international master. Rook takes bishop d7, rook d6. Okay, let's move back to board number 1. Grandmaster Yuri Krivoruchka, a very solid grandmaster. Very solid grandmaster Yuri Krivoruchko. He is member of national team of Ukraine. Nowadays, he's one of the high-rated Ukrainian grandmaster. This is the current position. So rook h4, queen g3, and rook d to h8. Okay, this is the most logical move here in the position, just doubling the rook, attacking the pawn on h3. I don't see any move except rook to h1. Rook to h1. Yes, rook to h1. This is the moment. So Krivoruchko just played rook to h1, defending the pawn on h3, and this is the, I would say, very critical position. Very critical position here. It's very important. So one idea that I mentioned is sacrificing the bishop or even the rook on e4. The other option is just to play the move c5, and if knight retreats to f3, rook h6, and maybe some provocative move like queen b4. Queen b4 attacking b2, and also queen d2 check is an issue. So provocative move queen b4 I would recommend here, or the move c5, or sacrificing on e4. Yeah, no easy games for top seeded grandmasters. So this is the tournament here in Abu Dhabi. So you don't get a weak player in the first round, because the tournament is limited to 2,100 players, except there is some exception, of course, for local players and for young participants. So from United Arab Emirates we have two fresh Arab champions. So Omran Al Hassani, Abu Dhabi chess player, and Ammar Al Sedrani, Arab champion under 14. So he plays as well here in Master Tournament. So three players from United Arab Emirates: Salem, Omran Al Hassani, and Ammar Sedrani. All right, so let's move to board number 3. Back to board number 3, Grandmaster Salem, because no, still we don't have the move. So 13 minutes, down to 13 minutes only for Indian player. I would say this is critical already. This is critical because the position is very complicated and black is also low on time. Yeah, bishop d7, I would consider this as a big mistake. Usually in this kind of position, you cannot retreat your pieces from very active position, very active places. So bishop on e6 is a good piece. And after rook takes d6, I don't believe black can save this one. It's not only positional advantage, material, positional, but also time advantage. So all three very important advantages in chess. First of all, material, then positional, and then time. So of course the only problem is somehow open position of white king, but it's not a problem anymore. So somehow white got a stability, and all white pieces are simply coordinating well. The knights on c7 and b5, the queen on e3 attacking the knight, and bishop on f1 is ready to enter into the game, and there, of course, the other rook from h1 will move to d1. Yeah, so here I'll predict a win for Grandmaster Salem, and I would like to move to Omran Al Hassani's game. Our chess player from Abu Dhabi. Yeah, we got the first result of the tournament. Grandmaster Inian Puya from India defeated woman international master Pujari from India too. Well, I would say this is a miniature, a game that finished in less than 20 moves. So white won. White is clear exchange up and absolutely winning position. So yeah, let's find our player. Yeah, once again, Ammar Al Sedrani fresh, as I mentioned, fresh Arab champion under 16 plays with woman candidate Master Sharma Isha from India. Is a quite position, I would say approximately equal endgame, so it's a quite slow game here for Ammar. And once again, yeah, on board number 54. Oh, this is the current position, changed a lot. So once again, white is bishop's pair, but the bishop on g3, black will capture back the bishop on g3. Well, it's approximately equal position. So black managed to solve the middle game's problems. So anyway, I would consider that white is slightly better because of bishop against the knight, but there is a rule that knight and queen can be very dangerous. This tandem, these two pieces of this are coordinating very well, queen and the knight, and sometimes this can organize a very dangerous attack. All right, the position is about equal, slow games, and I would consider it would be a very good result if this game would finish in a draw. Once again, let's move back to our first board. Grandmaster Yuri Krivoruchko plays with yeah, this is the current position. So after rook h1, black just played rook h5. Okay, very interesting move. Somehow I didn't consider this. Okay, the threat is rook g5. Yeah, this is obvious. So rook to h5, and after knight f3, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. What was black's idea? So it's clear that black needs to bring the bishop into play, the bishop from g6. So f6 is not possible to play now. Maybe c5, c4, but I believe this is too slow. Whoa, by the way, now I found the idea of rook h6. So after knight f3, rook h6, the threat is bishop takes to e4. So knight f3, rook h6. Yeah, this is the current position. Yeah. So after knight f3, which looks, I would say, a first choice, just a simple move to defend against rook g5, and here rook h6 looks, yeah, not a very orthodox way to bringing the rooks into play. One rooks control the 5th rank, and the other wants to control the 6th rank. So the huge threat is bishop takes e4. Let's say white brings the rook into play. This would be a huge mistake, a huge blunder, because after bishop takes e4, pawn takes e4 back, rook g6, black wins the queen. So of course bishop takes e4 is, well, but not so easy to defend against this threat actually. I was thinking h4, and if now bishop takes e4, pawn takes e4, rook g6, knight g5, but black can take rook takes g5, pawn takes g5, rook takes g5. It's clear advantage for black. It's not about only the pawn up. Queen here is much stronger. e4, e3 pawns are double and very weak. So black is almost winning. Yeah, that's very interesting play by Indian international master. So rook h5, the threat is rook g5. Yuri Krivoruchko is still thinking. Yeah. I don't know, maybe it's time to run with the king. Yeah, something like king f2, and then I'll use my knight to protect my king, like playing knight f3, and the rook will come to g1. Unless, I don't know, black can play queen to b4. You know, this combined attack on the both sides. So queen b4, now b2 pawn is hanging. B2 pawn is, yeah. And queen d2 is a threat. Well, I don't know. I would like to mention this variation, like king e2, queen takes b2, and here completely unexpected check. This is the way how to lose the game, yeah, for black. Knight e6, knight takes e6, so bc6 is impossible because rook b1, winning the game immediately, and after knight c6, king a8. Oh, even this one is unclear. Knight d4 black, knight d4 back, black plays c5, rook b1, queen c3, and I don't know. Can I try rook to b7? Rook to b7. The point being, after king b7, rook b1 check, king to a8, and queen to c7. I believe this is mate. This is simply mate. Of course, this is just some fantasies. I don't believe this will happen. Okay. So very complex game. King f2 here, I believe this is the move. Just remove the king from the g file, and who knows, maybe one day white can make artificial castle, bringing the king to f2, e2, d2, move the rook to f1 or g1, and king to c1, so-called artificial castle. And black is still thinking, no, h4, white is still thinking h4. All right, h4. h4. Actually, well, just giving back the pawn. What's going on? What's going on? I don't understand. So just giving the pawn back. Just giving the pawn back. So white totally abandoned the idea to play for advantage, to keep the pawn up. So this is a clear sign. This is a clear sign that white is not better anymore, but white is just trying to hold the position. So after h4, of course, black can capture the pawn on h4. Rook takes h4, rook takes h4, and here there is a choice to take by queen and go into slightly better, in my opinion, endgame, or just maybe play rook takes h4 and keep the queens on the board, followed by c5, c4, queen b4. Wow, I don't really believe this is good. I don't really believe this is good. So very strange decision. Very strange decision by Grandmaster Yuri Krivoruchko. A very strong Grandmaster, but somehow he was completely outplayed by his young rival, international master from India, Vianney Antonio. I don't know what to say. Of course, taking on h4 is just a better position. Black can keep all the pieces on the board and play for initiative. c5, knight to f3, and c4. I would say total chess. Yeah. Now black is ready to open the queen side by playing queen to b4, rook to b5, or double, or playing rook to d8. Yeah, absolutely. Everything is possible, and white cannot take on c4. White cannot play d4 because the pawn in e4. Rook at g6. Wow. Okay, so very big respect for young Indian player. He simply refused to take the pawn back and to go to slightly better endgame. He plays for the attack. Now the threat is obvious. Bishop takes e4, sacrifice the bishop, and followed by rook g6. Really impressive play. Knight f3 is the move, or king to f2. Both players are down to 30 minutes, so enough time to find some defenses for Yuri Krivoruchko. but it's a clear sign that he doesn't like his position. He doesn't like his position. He sacrificed the pawn back. He was ready to play a slightly worse endgame, but his young opponent just ignore it and continue to attack. And bishop takes c4 for rook g6, a huge threat. Yeah, really, I admire this player and for his courage and his fantasy. All right, so let's move to board number 3. Board number 3, Grandmaster Salem plays with international master, FIDE master, sorry, Rathanvel from India. And after queen e3, black took the pawn on a4. Yeah, okay, somehow black is forced to take back some material. Otherwise, he is just material down in a worse position. So at least after knight a4, material is equal. Actually, yeah. So here, queen a7. Queen a7 is the move that I predicted, or queen b3 or queen a3. So definitely one of the queen's move. Also now, maybe bishop to e2 is the move. Just bringing bishop into play. But after taking on a4, rook to d1, and the bishop is lost. Unless there are some tactics here, starting by knight c3 check. Yeah, knight c3 check. Of course, no. This is definitely not the way to play. Not the way to play. So knight takes a4. No, still I believe queen a7 is the move here. Just taking everything under control. Now taking on b4 is not possible because queen takes the knight. Or maybe knight to d5 is the other move here, just centralizing the knight. Now bishop on d7 is under big threat, and I think black is just lost here. Yeah, knight d5 is the move, because the idea being after knight c3 I take with knight d2 c3 and white wins a piece. B takes c3, rook takes d7. Still the position remains sharp because white king is under fire, so the b file is open. Anytime some unpleasant pin is on the board, I don't know, black can play queen f6, bringing the rook into play. So yeah, it's a piece up. Actually, it's a piece up, but still the position is not 100%. Yeah, you can see the players, and the knight is on a4. Grandmaster Salem is still thinking. So queen a7 is the move, or queen a3 or to b3. A lot of time for Grandmaster Salem to take the decision. So once again, okay, let's try the other way around. So queen a7 is one of the move, and here the move queen to b3. The knight on a4 is under attack, unless can black take on b4? Pawn takes b4, queen takes a4, and some tactics here. Tactics are in the air, but very difficult to control the game. All right, we have a guest in our studio. Yeah, we have a guest in our studio. Omran Al-Hossani, a local here, our player, my student, and fresh Arab champion and international master. Welcome to our studio, Omran. Can you tell some words about your game, about your today's game? So,
sure.
Yes, so just a minute. So you made a game, you made a draw with strong international master from Iran. So this is the game. So first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
This is very good result. So Nimzo opening with queen c2, b6, bishop g5, bishop to b7, e3. So where was exactly the critical moment? So where maybe your knowledge has finished after bishop e2, rook c8, yeah?
Yes, rook c8 here right now.
Yeah, rook c8 actually is a very interesting move, and the idea being
He wants knight e4.
exactly, and if castle, black will play knight e4, yeah,
Yes.
and the bishop e2 is hanging.
And my structure be what?
Yeah, knight c3, and white is forced to take bc3, and after rook d8, black is fine in the end game. So, and here you decided to play after rook c8, the move queen c2.
Because he wants knight e4, yeah, let's go out from.
All right, so yeah, here we have a new microphone for you. Just, yeah, thank you. So, and rook d2, yeah, and somehow you control the game,
Yeah.
the position. Okay, so queen e7, castle short, take on d4, knight takes d4, bishop e6.
Yes.
So your opponent probably wants to play d5 here, yeah?
Or he wants maybe bishop c4 and plays d5. Like
Yeah.
I can't play now b4 because he can take bishop c4 and plays d5.
So let's see. Let's show to our audience. So after b4, bishop takes c4, bishop takes c4, and the move d5.
Yeah.
And white loses a pawn, yeah?
Yeah. I was thinking maybe here to play like b5 and after rook c4, knight c6, but I didn't see anything. Just simply take on c2. And
Take on
his-
c2, yeah, it's just a pawn up.
Yeah.
So bishop a6 and bishop takes c4 is a huge threat.
Yes, I played queen a4. I believe.
Queen a4. And you know, I was thinking here, Omran, after bishop a6, do you have some tactics here?
Like what?
Starting with bishop takes f6
Knight f6? Maybe now maybe go
and queen a4, yeah, and there is no queen, there is no knight c5.
Yes, and queen b7 looks very strange.
Yeah, because of bishop
Bishop
f3,
f3, yeah.
yeah. And if bishop b7, I think white can take the pawn.
Yeah.
And still, you know, but after queen takes f6, I don't really see how white can use the d6 weakness of d6 pawn.
Yeah, because now he wants just to play knight c5, rook d8. And I don't know how to stop this idea.
Yeah, maybe nothing, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, queen a4, knight c5, queen b4, rook to d8, and knight b5. Yeah, very concrete idea.
Yes. I want to attack maybe his pawns, like some idea like to play now bishop f4, and if he plays d5, maybe to go like, you know, bishop g5 back and knight c3 like this.
So he took on b5, yeah, and knight c2 e4, playing by tempo. During the game, I was thinking here to play h6
And if I play bishop h4,
and to take the bishop like this, but of course,
this is better, right?
I don't know. And of course you cannot play b4 because the queen
Yeah,
is trapped,
knight
yeah,
c3.
anytime. So maybe very similar to the game.
Maybe, yeah.
Very similar to the game. Okay. Knight e4, this, rook c5,
Yes.
queen b3,
I think maybe queen b4 was better. I don't know.
queen b4, just to keep the queen
Yeah.
to queen. All right, yeah, queen b4, but queen b3. I don't believe this is a
Yes.
mistake. Bishop g3, d5. So
Yeah,
here
d5 is strong move, I think. He needs to play maybe some like h5, h4. I think maybe after h5, I could try maybe something like f4. Looked interesting.
yes,
But maybe he
yes.
can't just take on g3 and play knight e4 again. I'm not sure.
What?
Yeah, bishop h4 knight g3.
Knight g3 is hanging. Yeah, the
Yes.
pawn on g3. And with the queen on b3, you could retreat the queen to e1.
Yes,
See?
queen e1.
Yeah, you cannot bring the queen into
Yeah.
defense now.
This was important.
Yes. Okay. Okay, but probably after h5 you can play. Let's
Yeah,
say
I wanted to
something.
play just a free and take this one. Okay, black is better of course because my bishop is just it's bad. But I think white can hold.
All right. So d5. Here,
Okay, this was wrong, I think.
what was your feeling? d5 is wrong here.
Yeah.
What was your feeling? Like you could get advantage here, or just everything is simplifying and
No, I thought like it's equal. It should be equal. Because okay, he will take just one of my bishop on g3 and it will be like bishop against knight and queen, which most probably is a draw.
So are you forced to take on d5?
I thought I didn't see another way. Of course, I would hope if I could play bishop e5, but I couldn't because he will just take on c4.
So bishop e5 here,
Yeah.
taking on c4 and winning a piece.
I believe.
Or maybe not. You have
Okay,
you
take
have
b6, but
intermediate on
is
f6,
yeah.
All right. So taking on c5 on d5.
Okay, yeah. This is I think it's just a draw.
Queen c5. Okay, here I was thinking this famous tandem knight and queen can be very dangerous sometimes.
Yeah, knight and queen is sometimes better than bishop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bishop to d3 to take the square e4 under control,
Yeah.
probably. King to g7, queen c2. Black avoids, yeah, to changing the queens.
Yeah, but now I just need to stay. I don't see how he can progress. Yeah, and just was in the draw here.
This is your agree to a draw. Okay, I would say good game.
It was
Good
normal
game for
game.
you and good start. It's very important in this such kind of tournament not to lose from the first round.
Yeah,
Not to lose from the first game.
give you motivation sometimes.
Tell me, this is your. How many times did you participate in Master tournament?
It's my third year.
This is your third consecutive year. You're
Yes.
playing here every
Yeah.
year.
Yes.
And what was your last year result? Can you share some impression of last year?
Okay, I scored like maybe 4 points.
4 points out of 9.
Yes.
Okay, very good in such with such a good players here. And okay, I would like to congratulate one more time with winning Arab Championship under 20.
Thank you.
So you are only Omran is only 17 years old. He won Arab Championship under 20. He got an international master norm. Congratulations one more
Thank you.
time. And I wish you good luck in this tournament. We will follow you, and I hope you will play some very good chess here.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Omran Al Hassani just made a draw with international master from Iran. And we are back to board number 1. Board number 1, I would say a very strong play by Indian player Vianney Antonio. And after the move rook h6, Krivoruchka played king to f2, run forest, run, and black sacrificed the bishop on e4. Wow, this player is really wow. Bishop takes e4, pawn takes e4, and queen takes e4. Piece sacrifice. This is a full piece sacrifice, but a lot of threats. Rook to g6, rook to f6, c5. Wow, really, absolutely fantastic play. Absolutely amazing, I would say. Just to play such a style, I don't know, just sacrificing the piece and against 2-7 player, because we know Krivoruchka, he was 2-7-10, his best rating. Nowadays he's I believe number one in Ukraine. And queen takes a4. Yeah, one more time. This piece sacrifice with a lot of threats. Just c5 is a threat, rook g6, rook f6. Wow, really amazing, amazing chess of international master Vianney Antonio. And of course, I perfectly understand Yuri Krivoruchko, because like taking on c6, somehow he wants to play a quiet game, trying to torture your opponent with slightly better advantage, slightly better position, but facing such a original and strong play. First of all, sacrificing the pawn on e5, and now a piece sacrifice. Not every day you can see such an interesting play. All right, let's try to find some defenses, because White's position might be critical here. So first of all, if White started to run, White should to run with the king. So king e2, and here c5 might be in a move. c5, queen f3, here, and White, the problem is where to retreat the queen to keep the pawn c2 under attack. I was thinking queen to h7. Of course, the idea is not to take the pawn on h4, but on c2. If knight retreats to c2, to b3, queen takes c2 check, knight d2. I don't know. Black can take the pawn on h4, or playing just rook to d6 maybe. Okay, I don't know. It's really hard. Rook to d6. Of course, I don't believe White can take the rook on h5. After rook h5, rook takes d2 check, king e1. By the way, this one is not that simple to give a mate. Okay, let's try more forced line. Queen takes d2. Oh yeah. So king f1 is just simply checkmate because of rook f6 check, king g1, queen f2 checkmate. And if White retreats the king to f3, rook f6 check, I believe mate is just made to follow, because White cannot simply defend. And after rook d6, okay, rook d1, and now we have doubling the rooks on d file. Rook h to d5, and the knight on d2 is lost, and Black's position simply collapse. Absolutely amazing play by Indian players. So king e2 doesn't help. What else to recommend? Well, queen f3 is not possible because of rook to f6. Yeah, that's really strong. Okay, so what else? What else White can do? Bringing the rook to g1. But once again, after rook g1, Black can simply play c5 here, or just rook f6 check, or rook g6. I don't know. Too many options. So bishop takes c4, queen takes c4. I believe here we'll have a first huge surprise of the tournament. On board 1, round 1, top-seeded Yuri Krivoruchko is very close to lose his game. Very powerful play by Indian player, by Indian international master. Okay, so let's move to board number 3. Salem plays with Indian player. Whoa, a lot of changes, and after knight takes a4. Salem did play queen to a7. Yeah, queen to a7, pawn takes b4, knight d5, bishop takes b5. Yeah, all these moves I predicted. Rook takes d8, and rook takes d8 back. Let's count pieces. Yeah, let's count pieces. White is a queen up, but for rook and bishop, for rook and bishop. And let's continue with fourth sequence of the moves. So after bishop takes b5, of course black cannot take back because rook takes b5, queen a4, but knight c3 check will follow. Knight takes c3, pawn takes c3. And now let's try to understand. If black managed to win the bishop on b5, the compensation will be full, but really I don't see how black can take the bishop. I don't know, let's say queen a6. Of course, any human move is a huge mistake according to computers. So after queen a6, I believe rook f8 followed by rook d6 and rook b6, and black is absolutely fine. No, definitely queen a6 is not a move. Not a move. What about the move queen to c5? Queen to c5 somehow I don't like, because allows black to bring the bishop into attack with tempo. So bishop to f8. Once again wrong. Once again wrong. I have a small computer assistance. So everyone knows that on chess 24, if you make, I mean, here is the evaluation bar, and now it's white is a huge advantage, but I really it's hard to okay. So a human move is of course queen a5. Queen a5, of course, one day I will lose the bishop on b5, but at least I will take the pawn on c3, and I can hope for some advantage. So rook to h3 is the threat, followed by rook takes h3, rook takes c3. Yes, Salim's position is better. So once again, but the position remains sharp. So this is the current position. So bishop takes b5 is the move. I don't see anything better. Anything better here? Now bishop takes b5 is the move. I mean, taking the bishop with tempo and developing the bishop with tempo. So maybe from camera we can see the move. No, Salim is still thinking he is up a queen, but the position remains unclear. And from this angle you can see Salim is 38 minutes on his clock, and black is only 2 minutes and 30 seconds plus 30 seconds per move. So a huge time difference between players. Okay, still the position remains sharp, and Salim needs to find the clear way to convert his extra queen. Bishop takes b5 is my move. I don't believe there is anything better than this move. Of course, Salim tries to calculate as far as he can, so maybe there is some intermediate moves that he might be missing. Well, I don't know. King a2, but I don't believe. No, bishop takes b5. Bishop takes b5 is the move that I can recommend here. Yeah, once again, bishop takes b5, knight c3 check, intermediate move here. Actually, I was thinking to give the bishop back. King b2, knight takes b5, and something like queen to e7. Queen to e7, white is still up a queen for rook and bishop, but somehow white got a stability. White wants to bring the rook to a1, to a5, a6. The knight on d5 is very strong. I don't believe black's compensation is enough. But of course, taking on c3 and trying to defend the bishop is the I think is the computer recommendation. Okay, so this is the position. Salim is still thinking, and we'll move back to board number 3. Board number 3, the game of the day, I would say. Oh, the board number 1, sorry. Board number 1, Krivoruchko plays with Black just sacrificed the bishop on e4, and Yuri Krivoruchko, well, he did play king to e2. He did play king to e2. All right, so at least I can find a defensive move. So c5. c5 is my recommendation, my choice. And after c5, queen f3, queen to h7. King e2. King e2. Of course, after king e2, black can play rook to g6. But after queen to f3, I don't see any continuation of the initiative. No, c5 is the move. c5 is the move because the knight on d4 is the strong piece, and after c5, knights simply lose the stability. Knights simply lose the stability of the position. So c5, follow it by queen h7. Yeah, one more time. This is my recommendation. c5. If knight f3, black just take on c2, knight d2, and rook d6, or rook d5. In both cases, black take back some material, and white's position is simply hopeless. So after c5, white can use the queen f3 intermediate move, but after queen h7, white keeps all the advantages of the position. So queen c2 is the threat after retreat of the knight. I don't see any move except knight to b3 and queen c2, and we got the same position. I don't know. Of course, white can try some computer defenses, but from a human point of view, white should win this one. Black should win this one. Sorry, pardon me. So c5 is the move, and we're expecting from the move from black. So one more time, maybe we can see from camera. Black is still thinking. Thank you for our good job of the team of live coverage. They are always very close to our viewers. They know what in which moment to show the game, to focus, and we have here a very good view of the position. And black is down to 19 minutes, but of course this is the critical moment of the game, one of the critical moments, because first of all, black sacrificed a pawn, and I believe it was a home preparation. So my recommendation as a coach, follow this game, analyze very deep this game. You can find a lot of interesting ideas. So first of all, sacrificing the pawn for the initiative. Second, just a quiet move, king b8, preparing the move on taking on g4, and of course this dance of the rooks. So rook to h4, move to h5, the other rook from h8 move to h6. So very beautiful control of the game, and of course the bishop sacrifice on e4. On e4, very powerful play, play of young international master from India. And once again here c5, I would say is the winning move. Yes, he did it. He did play c5, and now Krivoruchko will face very big problems. Honestly, I don't believe white can save this game. But of course, Krivoruchko is very experienced grandmaster. He knows how to defend. But anyway, I believe with the precise play, with the strong play, queen to f3. Yeah, this was my recommendation too. An intermediate move, and here one more time, black should play a very strong move. Queen to h7. It's not an easy move to find, because somehow the queen here on e4 is centralized. Like, you believe that you keep everything under control and you don't want to go so far. Maybe queen a5 is the move. Just keep the queen centralized. Now b2 pawn is under attack. Black keeps all the threats like rook to f6, rook to f5. By the way, now I find this move strong and powerful. Maybe queen a5, but somehow queen h7 is a very nice continuation. So temporarily black moves the queen back and then activate, after retreat of the knight, activate the queen on c2. So queen ch7, yes, he did it. He's following my advices. Very good play for young international Vianney Antonio D'Cunha. I don't know actually how to pronounce. So if any Indian players, Indian chess lovers are following this our live transmission, can you tell me please how to correctly to pronounce his name? D'Cunha or D'Cunha. So Vianney Antonio D'Cunha maybe. So once again, this is out. I don't know. In my opinion, this is a Portuguese, Indian Portuguese name, and from a former colony, Goa. So c5 and queen h7. Well, I don't know. Just white is lost. Just white is lost. So white cannot retreat the knight because c2 is lost, and then white can double the rooks, both rooks on the d file. And if black takes the knight back, it's just material. White will be a pawn up, and white's position white's king's position is just hopeless. It's just hopeless. I don't believe Krivoruchko. Yeah, just Krivoruchko missed this move, and after powerful queen h7, he's just lost. He's just lost, and here we'll have a biggest surprise of the round one, and Vianney Antonio is very close to convert his big advantage into victory. So I don't know. It's hard to recommend something for white here because the knight is under attack. If white just let the knight on d4, and there will be just equal material. Maybe let's say king d2. Okay, just black can take the knight, take back, and take on h4. This is the simplest way. Black is the upper pawn, and two passed pawns plus very bad king's position. I don't know. It's just even at the grandmaster's 2-7 level cannot save this game, and just lost. I don't believe, honestly, I don't believe. I don't remember Krivoruchko losing in such a manner, in such a style. After move 20, after move 26, I'm sorry, white is just lost. Wow, that's really impressive. And yeah, just retreating the knight is bad, and if white leaves the knight under attack and trying to move the king or to protect the pawn c2, leaves the same result, leaves the same bad situation. So very strong, one more time, very strong play of young Vianney. So let's go back to board number 3. This is board number 3. Yeah, he did play queen a5. He did play queen a5. He did play queen a5. So he did play queen to a5. So let's see. Bishop, one more time. Bishop takes b5, knight c3, and this is the current position on the board. Queen to a5. Queen to a5. Okay, it's somehow the move is logical. So even white lose the pawn on b5, white can capture the pawn on c3 back. and it's actually not so easy to take the bishop on b5. I was thinking to play rook to c8, but after rook to d1, black simply cannot take the bishop on b5. Rook comes to d5, and everything is protected. Now this is just a queen up. This is just a queen what? Now, a bishop to f8. Okay, bishop to f8. Black keeps the control over d5, over d file. So and bishop moves to c5. Okay, so let's try to find how white can bring the rook into play. If rook h3, I don't believe this is the move, but let's try. Rook h3, rook d1 check, king a2. Looks dangerous, but I don't see anything concrete. Rook h3, yes, he did. He did play rook h3, and Salim played rook h3. Now rook takes c3, followed by rook b3 is a huge threat. Black needs to do something concrete here. Honestly speaking, I don't see anything. Okay, just playing with the exchange down. This is not a big thing. So after rook d4, rook c3, rook b4 check, rook b3, rook takes b5, queen takes b5, rook takes b5, rook takes b5. It's here just nothing to play. White is exchange and pawn up and absolutely winning positions. So of course black doesn't want to take this queen back. So somehow black needs to attack the bishop. I was thinking about move rook to c8, but once again I have a choice, or to take the pawn on c3, but I don't believe this is the move, because after rook takes c3, rook takes c3, queen takes c3, rook takes b5. Still you need to show some good technical skills to win this one. But once again rook to d3 is the move, and after rook to c5, rook d5. Once again, this position is just, yeah, rook h3, bishop to c5, yeah. Okay, let's move it back. Bishop to c5. Well, honestly speaking, I don't really understand the move, because white can take the pawn on c3, rook d1 check, king a2, bishop to d4, but it's just a couple of checks. I don't believe this is the compensation is full here. Even white can retreat the bishop. I don't know. Just playing some bishop a4 move, giving back the exchange and okay, still black can I don't know, try playing some blitz style, I would say, move like king to g7, because obviously white cannot move the rook. White cannot move the rook because checkmate on a1 will follow. So there is some tension. There is some small problems to solve. But honestly, I mean, I don't believe white can miss this one. So bishop to c5. I'm expecting that white will play rook takes c3, followed by rook d1 check, king a2, bishop d4. And by the way, can white move rook to a3? Once again, I'll be very happy that I'll just give this queen back. So rook a1, king b3, rook to b1, king a4. White king is quite in a safe position on a4, so taking on b5, and once again white is exchange up, and I don't believe black will continue to play this position. So yeah, so rook takes c3 wins the game. So Salim probably will not miss this one. So very good for game for Salem, but definitely Black didn't use all his opportunities, because mm, Black's position looks very promising, especially after the opening when White King was under attack. All right, let's move back to board number one. And here we are expecting the big surprise of the tournament. So once again, I believe Krivoruchko just missed the move queen to h7, and he did play king to d2. This is the position. This is the current position. Yeah, rook takes h4, and really nothing to continue, nothing to play here, nothing to play. Black is just simply winning. Black is simply winning. Up a pawn, bad king, and two connected passed pawns. I mean, all advantages in the world. So yeah, I understand Yuri Krivoruchko. So board number 7, we have a small surprise. So Grandmaster Volokitin didn't manage to win his game against FIDE master from India, Dixit Nihil. And on the lower boards, no big surprises. So more or less high-rated players, they won their games. So once again, I just want to remind you, this is one of the strongest tournaments in Asia, with 50 grandmasters from almost 30 countries. And comparing to other tournaments, here we don't have players below 2,100. Some exceptions, of course, for local players and for young players. So today will be a very difficult day for the players. We'll have double round starting from 10 o'clock local time. So game number 2, round number 2, and round number 3 from 6 o'clock. Yeah, this is the current position in the game Krivoruchko with Vianney Antonio from India. Well, honestly speaking, I didn't see Yuri Krivoruchko losing in such a style. Just he got completely crushed, and very nice game played by Vianney Antonio. So it's like sacrificing the pawn on e5, like reminds me of martial attack. Okay, here black castles long, but still like sacrificing a pawn for a bishop's pair, for opening some files. So really, I would say a triumph of black strategy. And of course, Yuri Krivoruchko didn't manage to defend and to define some defense. And wow, that's really a fantastic game played by young Indian international master. All right, so let's move back to board number 3. Board number 3, we have Salem. Salem is trying to convert. Yeah, this is the position that I mentioned it in my comments. So King A4. King A4 wins the game. King A4 wins the game, unless maybe some chances after Bishop C5, but White can play C4 and C4, Bishop takes A3. Okay, Rook A2 and converting his extra queen. So King A4, or King to C4. I don't know. Somehow King to A4 looks King to C4. Similar idea, but allowing rook c8 check, because in my calculation somehow I wanted to avoid. Okay, king to b3, rook b1 check, king to c4. Let's try if black can get some benefits from it. So king to c4, rook c8 check, king to d3 back, and check on c1. Check on king e2. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest in our studio, international grandmaster Vladimir Akopian from Armenia. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a second. We'll set up. Sorry.
This is my game, yeah?
Yeah, your game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Can you share some key moments of your game, of your today's game?
Yeah, sure. This way, yeah? Okay. Okay, this line, I saw somehow that my opponent always plays more or less same line. But this g6 is very rare, but I mean, already I am kind of not like this black's position.
So h5 probably, yes?
H5 very long ago, some tournament was played against me by Milov. I played here after h5 the queen h3. Can I make that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, h5. This was queen h3, but I don't think that this is right. And somehow I proceeded to win that game in Spanish championship against Milov. As I told, it was some kind of this f4 later I played, and then somehow queen came to f2. And anyway, I had always advantage, but I believe that even queen e2 is stronger. I mean, before today's game, I thought that after h5 probably queen e2 is much stronger, because now already black somehow played this bad move h5 after
so queen g4. I would say it was a provocation.
Yeah, provocation. I'm not allowing this to develop the black's square bishop from f8, and if he spoils his position with such move like h5, then of course queen e2, and after that I just develop my pieces and get a pleasant advantage. So he played here g6, but this is even worse, I would consider, because bishop g5. Okay, what to do? If bishop e7, bishop h6, bishop f8, queen h3. I mean, this is already very, very unpleasant. Knight will come through d2 to c4, and so f6. But this again probably even worse than bishop e7. f6, bishop e3. Okay, bishop g7. Okay, here white white's worry is only how to play better. I mean, best way here. Knight c3 or knight d2. So I was choosing both. I liked actually. Knight d2 is trying to bring my knight to d6. If b5, then a4, and but then I decided that first I played queen g3, and now I had to decide knight e3. Okay, both I believe are good, but then I decided, okay, why spend time on such move? And knight c3 is just very natural and normal. b5, okay, I don't know, maybe this b5, possible f5, but even if I take on f5, I mean, this is very unpleasant for black, should be.
Right.
b5, h4. Okay, again I have many possibilities like a4 or a d1, but a4 I thought, why, I mean, anyway black would probably play b4, so why I should play a4 myself. Okay, there is completely different plan, f4, but I mean, whatever I do, I believe white, I mean, enjoys very, very pleasant and big advantage. Out of opening, you can only dream, yes, nowadays, if you get such position. So, okay, h4, bishop b7, h5, somehow it's very easy for white to play. I mean, if g5 here, maybe g5, but then f4, and I thought it's very, very unpleasant, yeah. Whatever he does, if h6, probably there is an e5 move.
I was thinking, but can black take the pawn?
Yeah, probably
even
this is
looks
the best.
like a little bit.
Maybe best gh5, but I have so many good possibilities after this move. I thought even maybe bishop h6 just, and if rook f7, I have bishop e2. I mean, very difficult. If queen e7, I did not like something for black after this queen e7 move.
Just let's show to our viewers that taking the pawn, bishop.
I mean, any move. I can just make any move. Yeah, queen e7. Here I wanted something, but now already I forgot what I wanted. Just some move I wanted to make. Just here h4 black move, but h4 I will take. Yeah, on h4.
Yeah, so probably bishop e2 or rook
bishop
d1.
e2,
Maybe.
probably bishop e2 or rook d1. Yeah, I can play also rook d1. I mean, without bishop h6. I mean, this looks very ugly. Probably he should take on h5. Yeah, this is what. But I mean, it doesn't matter. Yeah? White is much better, and Of course, play some normal moves like rook d1, but I decided, okay, well, I played h4, why not play h5 immediately? Then knight e5, but again, this probably also mistake. Knight e5 takes. Okay, knight takes g6 is just probably out of question. It's very, very bad. And d4, and here, yeah, here black is somehow not in time because there is no even such natural move like queen e8, bishop c5. Yeah, this is the problem, black's problem, because he just loses his g6 pawn. d5. Okay.
And what about the move king f7? I'm sorry.
f5 I wanted. If king f7, f5, yeah, put this, f5, but I believe this f5 is very strong. It takes f5, takes g5 probably, because if takes rook f5 will be finished. And now knight e4 is probably very, very strong. I calculate until here, and okay, this looks like already very bad.
Yeah, probably black is forced to take on e4, and after
yeah,
that
but then
just
okay, yeah, then it's clear. Yeah, what is his position? His bishop on g7. Yeah, so he has no normal way to protect this g6 pawn. Okay, king h7, king f2, just it's clear that it's not possible. And otherwise he will just give this pawn, g6 pawn, but I will take this, and also again I have an advantage and I have an extra pawn. So that he played d5 takes, okay, takes and bishop d4. It's much stronger than, of course I can maybe some greedy like bishop c5 moves, but I just did not like this. I mean, I take pawn, but then he gets some counterplay with b4 or something like this. So bishop d4 and before, now I believe it's already not very important what black does in this position, because it's just terrible position with such bishops. Before knight a4, queen e8. Here there is f5. I was calculating for f5. Maybe it's good move
to sacrifice the knight.
Yeah, but if he takes f g6 and then queen comes, for example b3, queen h4, and it will be made.
Wow.
But this f5 idea, the idea is if I play knight c5 now, bishop c8, and somehow he's holding. Rook e1, queen f7, and he prevents this f5. So I can play f5 here, and after g.
What about maybe rook knight b6, coming with tempo here, and then f5?
Yeah, this is what I played, knight b6.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but the problem is that after f5 he will play g5.
Right.
But if I play here f5, g5, knight will come to c5 and e6. Yeah, so the f5 and the knight goes. But then I decided, okay, f5 he probably takes, g takes f5, and I play some move like knight b6, rook d8. I can take on f5 immediately or make some other move. But then I decided why I opened this position with two bishops and some chances for black. So I decided this is positionally very strong. It's probably just rook c1 is strong move, probably, I don't know, but I thought that this is probably strong because I'm just keeping this position without playing f5, so that after queen f7, f5 immediately wins. If he makes some move normal like rook f7, for example, if I play f5, g5, rook c1, he has rook f7. But now he just, after rook f7, I will just take pawn.
One more second, one more time. After queen f7,
f5.
f5 wins immediately.
Yeah, rook c7.
Because rook c7 is coming.
Yeah. And if he plays here rook f7, then I will just take pawn on g6. This is the move that if I play f5 first, then g5, rook f7, and somehow he tries to defend. So probably f5 is the only move here. I mean, it loses, of course, but it just takes. Again, always in the game, I had the problem for white is to choose best continuation, not to play some stupid move, yeah, just to lose it. Because, for example, here I always have some moves like queen f2 here, for example, some strong move. Then I decided, okay, he will play probably rook f7 or queen f7.
Or
so
maybe d4, but can try to activate his bishop.
Yeah, but here that's why queen f2 here.
Yeah, queen f2 here. Yeah.
So, but then I decided, okay, king on g7 probably misplaced, and so I can play it this way. Again, here I have another interesting continuation, rook e5. The point being, if he plays rook d6, queen e1, and again it's just too many threats. But then again, okay, queen f2 also possible, like many moves possible. But then I said queen e3, so that after queen f2 there is some d4, but here there is no d4, queen e5, rook c7. Queen f6, I thought that maybe some rook to e8, but then I wanted just, for example, rook d8, I wanted queen d4 check and take on b4. This probably better for black, I mean, to play, but anyway, it's just lost, yeah, just pawn up and good advantage. This check, I calculate until here, and somehow I didn't see any defense. I mean, many moves possible, but rook df8, for example, knight d7 wins. Many moves possible, but all loses. Also in this position, here, I think in this position, yeah, there is this bishop c8 move, losing because I will just take on c8 everything and take on g6. And so always g6 is hanging, and it should be lost. Yeah, this chance, again I have many moves. Somehow from far I thought that it's enough probably to play some move like rook e5 or rook e7 probably maybe also, but rook e7, rook h8, I decided if rook e5, then bishop c6. I mean, it's incredibly terrible position for black, but somehow he's not losing immediately.
Yes, yeah.
So that I decided, okay, probably it's time to already calculate what is going on. Queen takes f4, queen e7, rook d6. If some other move, I can play also queen e3 if I want. I don't want probably, I will play rook e3 like in the game, but I can play this also. Rook d6, okay, if some move is knight c8, there is rook d7, so I decided not to calculate even rook e3. This I calculated before already. Rook e3 here,
Yeah.
it was played. Queen f1 check, king h2, queen f4 check, king g1, and here here I was expecting this nice end would be rook f6 here, rook h3 check, king g5, and queen takes f6.
Yeah, let's show to
This
our
would be
audience.
this is actually would be probably there is also different way to win, but now I take on f6. Yeah, this is what I wanted to do actually.
Yeah,
but
that's beautiful.
yeah, but he played here queen d4, but then just king h1. Yeah, and he played rook f6 still, but okay, this is already not. Knight takes d5. I mean, here not much to say about this game because indeed just black got very bad position out of opening, and that's why for white was the only my only worries was just not to lose this big advantage, terribly big advantage, and just to make good moves.
Okay, very good game in the first round. So, how many times did you participate in Abu Dhabi? Abu Dhabi Masters.
I not recall exactly, but 3 or 4. Yeah, 3 or 4. This is difficult for me to remember exactly. But last year, sure, I played. Also, I played before. Here, I played here in this hotel.
Right. It was it was 2014.
14. Okay, good.
Right.
Yeah, that's 14. It was.
At that time, I was the chess player too, so I did participate in the same
14.
tournament.
But that time, maybe by the way, was my first time actually playing in Abu Dhabi.
2014.
Then it seems to me that 3 times. Maybe this is the 3rd time. Yeah, this should be 3rd time that I play here in Abu Dhabi. I played many times in Dubai Open, but in Abu Dhabi this should be my 3rd time. Once I played in Dusitani and 2 times here, I think.
Mhm.
If there was no other hotels. I don't know.
No, this too.
No. Then no.
So this is your 3rd participation, and I know here that you came with your family, with your
My son.
son.
son,
So are you planning to participate in family tournament?
A family tournament.
There will be a tournament
but
in a-
this
in a
family
free
tournament
day.
is during.
No,
this
it's in the morning. In the morning, so theoretically you can participate.
No.
You
This
can
we
take
will
part
not do,
and,
this we will not do. But maybe we will play both. This will blitz.
In a free day,
tournament,
yeah?
Free day maybe we'll
So-
play, so.
Okay, thank you, congratulations, and thank you for coming to our studio. And I hope we will have you here and with other occasions. With other
If I
rounds.
continue playing well.
Vladimir Akopian, he won in the first round. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, bye.
Thank you. And let's go back to the top board. To board number 3, Grandmaster Salem. Grandmaster Salem played a very nice game, and he was a queen up. He is still a queen up, and I don't see any counter chances, any real counter chances. So just with very precise and very good play, he just marched with his king to c4, and just white pieces penetrated the black's position. Queen on d7, queen on d7, rook on f7. No, it's nothing to do. Nothing to do. It's about time to resign. Just I would say just black is continuing by just not to lose on time. Okay, rook h7 check, king g5. This is the current position. This is the current position. We'll stay on the camera because we have 15 minutes delay. 15 minutes. Queen d2 check. Yeah, using the diagonals, and it's time to resign. It's time to resign because mate will follow. Okay, let's try to calculate till the end. King h4, queen f2 check, queen g4, queen f3 check, king g3, queen g3 check, king f6. Should be mate. Yeah, king h4, queen f2 check. I don't believe black king can escape. And okay, maybe there is some beauties here, like rook f2, rook f7. Sorry, but I don't believe. I think queen f2 is just enough, and soon black will resign. So queen f2 check. Yeah, it's a professional move. Just giving one more check and leave the king in a very bad situation. So good game. Salim played in his usual aggressive style with a lot of opportunities for both players. Okay, in my opinion, he was just better prepared. He analyzed this position deeper, and black didn't manage to use his very good attacking chances. Because still I believe black could really try to play for direct king's attack. Queen f2 check. We are expecting. Okay, 17 minutes on the clock. White can take his time, try to calculate till force mate, or just enjoy his very nice position with the queen up. Okay, so let's move back to board number one. Because yeah, this is the position from the game Krivoruchkov with Vianney. A lot of moves played, actually not so much. Rook takes h4, king d3. Well, somehow white managed not to lose the game directly, but anyway, nothing to discuss this position. Just black is super winning. I don't know. Anyway, black to need to be precise because queen d8 is a threat. Rook takes g7. I mean, if black moves the queen, rook takes g7, and if queen h3 check, king c4. So once again, I want to remind you, we have 15 minutes delay with the moves. We have anti-cheating measure. So this is the position. This is a position. Honestly speaking, I don't know how. Yeah, maybe queen d5 once again. I'll try to put the moves. Rook f4. Yeah, rook to g1. Yeah, this is the current position. On the board. So okay. Black is thinking. Queen h3 check looks naturally and strong, forcing the king to march to c4. Of course, white cannot survive this one. Unless, I mean, black just need to be precise. Okay, g6 move. I don't see any benefits because check, queen c8, and black, of course, will win this rook endgame. Let's try to find something more forced. Okay, b5 check, king c5, and rook f5, of course, wins on the spot. So b5, king to b4, and queen e3. There is no perpetual here because check. I'll play king b7. Check here, king a7, check on a5, king b8, check on f8, and king b7. Yeah, we call this triangulation. This is the rule of how to escape from checks. The rule of triangulation, and there is no perpetual. So after b5, king b4, queen e3. I don't see any defenses. I mean, maybe rook d1 back, but this is just a passive, and black can play queen to e4, just changing the queens and playing a winning rook endgame. Of course, black can continue playing for the attack, queen e7. All right, so but b5 is not the move to recommend. Somehow, psychologically, don't want to play such a move because it gives white some chances. So back to board number 3. Back to board number 3, we have the result. Yes, Salim won the game. Congratulations for Grandmaster Salim. A very nice game, but tense game. White was just better prepared, and this playing b4, a4, I would consider this wow. It's a modern approach to chess, just attacking on the queen side with absolutely no fears for white's king. I don't know. Of course, black needs to improve this position to analyze deeper, and I believe there is a lot of chances for black. Anyway, good start for Grandmaster Salim. Recently, just 2 days ago, he finished a tournament in Switzerland, Bill Master Open. Successful tournament for Grandmaster Salim. He took 3rd place, and once again, Abu Dhabi, I would say this is a lucky place for Grandmaster Salim. Last year he played a very good tournament here. He shared 1st. I believe he came here to repeat his result. He's very well motivated, and we're expecting very, interesting and motivating games from Salim. Once again, yeah, this is board number 1. This is board number 1 and yeah, okay. Black is 3 pawns up. 3 pawns up. King is under attack. King is under attack. King is under attack, and all right. So I don't believe we have here something to discuss, but we will stay on this position because black is winning, and I hope we will have in our studio. Yeah, congratulations. Yuri Krivorukochko just resigned, and fantastic winning, I would say, for young Vianney Antonio from India. Just one of the best game, really, I saw recently played by black in this opening, and very nice pawn sacrifice on e5 and piece sacrifice later on. The game is absolutely amazing, and congratulations one more time for the winner, and the huge surprise on board number 1. So once again, we have Salim won his game on board number 3, and the tournament is really starting very yeah. So we have results. Akopian won his game. Thank you for being in our studio. Salim won on board number 4. On board number 4, Parham Maksudlu from Iran, prodigy young player from Iran, plays with international master Raja from India, and his position is much better, but still a lot of play. I hope soon we'll have in our studio Grandmaster Salim. We really are expecting to share some impression from this game. Yeah, this is board number 1. Black won, very good game. Board number 4, Maksudlu is much better in the rook endgame, but the game is far from to be done. Back on air from Abu Dhabi round 1, and a huge surprise produced on board number 1. Young international master from India won his game, and I would say this is one of the most brilliant game of the year. I would really, I consider this game very beautiful and very instructive attacking game, like sacrificing the pawn, sacrificing later on the piece, bringing the rooks. So one more time, I would like to mention the maneuver like rook h4 to h5, rook h8 to h6, and later on sacrifice to e4. I'm really I want to see in our studio Vianney Antonio to share his impression of his game. And one more time, I don't repeat, I didn't see Yuri Krivorushko losing in such a style, in such a manner, such a game. Like 2-3 player beat 2-6, 86, so the huge rating difference, 300 and more than 300 rating points, and this is chess. This is chess. So it's everything is possible here. So 300 difference points is absolutely nothing. Yeah, just come to the game, play your best, show some fresh ideas, sacrificing the pawn, and you can beat a top grandmaster, a super grandmaster, Yuri Krivorushko. And the game is far to be, the game of chess is far to be, because there is a many skeptical opinion that the game of chess is almost dead, with no more continuations, with no more fresh ideas, and this is exactly the point, that the game of chess is still fresh, there is a lot of ideas and a lot of very interesting games. So 2 games concluded. Grandmaster Salem won on board number 3, and international master Vianney Antonio from India won on board number 1. A huge surprise from board number on board number 1. So just briefly, board number 3, the game is still on. Grandmaster Nihua with black pieces is fighting with Rajdeep Sarkar from India, and now Indian player is successful here. Just I don't know. He's not worse. He's not worse anymore. He's not worse anymore, because at some point I was thinking that Nihua got clear advantage, but here the game is complicated. So pawn c6 is so, ladies and gentlemen, we have in our studio the biggest winner of the round, Vianney Antonio from India.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah. So congratulations. I would say this is one of the most beautiful game I saw this year. First of all, can you tell some can you introduce yourself, and because you are not very well known for
well, I've played Abu Dhabi quite a few times, so
right.
Well, and Abu Dhabi has been a very good tournament whenever I've played, and it's always been my pleasure to play UAE tournaments, especially Abu Dhabi. And I'm Vianney Dekono. I'm 24 years old.
Right.
Currently, my rating is 2371. It has come down.
Not to 670. Something is wrong with your rating because this game shows that the game is just amazing and brilliant. Okay, can you share some key moments of the game?
Right. We started with Ray Lopez, Bishop C5 variation. Okay, he played Bishop A4, Bishop C5, Knight F6, Castle Bishop C5. Now it was a delayed exchange variation, but with Bishop on C5. So here I'd seen one game of Carlsen. I thought it would be similar to this. And he played D3.
It reminds me the anti-Berlin. The only difference is the pawn on A6 instead of A7.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's maybe the ideas are the same.
Right. So H3, Bishop H5. Okay, fine. Knight E5 and Queen, Knight D7. Okay. Here I was thinking about two moves. One is Queen E7. You know, I think Queen E7 looks more common, more natural.
Right. Yeah.
But then after Knight G6, H6, King G2, you're losing one move. You have to again play Knight D7. So I thought, okay, let me play in advance. Let me play Knight D7 directly.
So is it a new idea, Knight D7?
No, I never.
Can you share us some secrets of your preparation?
I'm honest with you. I've not prepared this.
Really?
Yeah, no, I've not prepared this.
You played with such confidence that I was sure that this is you are still on home or your home preparation, and this is a really brilliant idea, I would say.
Okay, because I was surprised when he took Knight into D7, because here he should probably maybe Knight G6 makes sense, and after Knight G6, H G6, King G2.
Right.
Okay, Queen H4. Queen F3 and long castle. I have two ideas, one with F5 and if Queen G3, Queen H7 and G5, F6, G5. So this was somewhere I saw Carlsen's game in this line.
And then the knight goes to G6, yeah?
Exactly,
E5, G6
yes.
or F8, G6.
Yes, but white is still slightly better. He can hold, like if his preparation is good, he can hold, of course.
Aha, so now I so okay, yeah, this is
Yeah.
all right. So taking on D7
taking
is not
on
the
D7,
best choice.
I don't think so. I don't think, because after you take on D7, Queen D7. Okay, now you have to make a decision. You have to, like, two bishops are very strong. H5 is an immediate threat, and okay, Bishop E3. Even I didn't find anything for him other than Bishop E3.
Yeah, looks natural
Yes.
because to change one of the bishop.
But now it's, I think white doesn't have much of a chance. It's black who dominates more or less, and as long as queens are on the board it's black has the initiative.
Right.
Yeah, so I played H5 first. Okay, and here I was thinking about long castling first or H5.
But I think H5 is better because white can play H4 maybe and
Exactly, yes.
and just avoid and it's not so easy to open the file, to open the H5.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, King G2, long cast. Okay, Knight D2. Here, I think what we both thought must be H into G4, Queen G4. But anyway, then the exchange of queens doesn't make sense here.
Yes.
I may get back the pawn, but I'm not very sure of
How
this
can you
line
get
anyway.
back the pawn?
Or I get the file, any one of
Oh,
them.
the file, okay.
Okay, but still, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
knight,
not good.
knight
It's not
goes
good
to
anyway.
F3, yes, yeah.
Yeah. So.
To King B8, I think this is very strong move. Just,
Sorry. Yeah.
just. The other idea I was thinking maybe F6 and Bishop F7 and Bishop E6, bringing the bishop into play, but it's probably too
Right,
long.
yeah. And one more thing is white doesn't have moves here, and I just imagined what white would play, and I think Queen E2 was the only move I saw, and then I thought, okay, let me then take H into G4.
Yeah.
King B8, but he played Knight B3. Again, this was quite surprising for me because it takes a lot of time. Okay, Knight D4, Knight F5 is a valid plan, but it takes time to reach to F5. And I thought, okay, I should do something here before it reaches F5. So I played at G4, Queen G4, with the only move, there was Rook
Right.
H4. queen e7.
Yeah, here
From here, I think it's a very easy, very natural move for black.
exactly.
And it's not easy for white to find the difference. Knight d4, h4, queen g3. And still, I feel that here Krivoshko was trying to play for a win, because he could anyway gone for a queen versus two rooks.
Yeah,
He
maybe
could have
it was
given
time
the-
to play rook f3 here, yeah, or
Yes.
to give the queen for two rooks.
And then it was probably a draw. You can't say.
Still, I believe black is somehow better because you
Mhm.
can jump with the queen to b4, maybe playing c5.
Yes, you're right. Knight b3
Yeah, okay.
or c3, c4. Anyway, yeah. But okay, he can hold at least. He can hold. It's not very easy for me. But after rook h1, I don't know if he
So this is the probably decisive mistake, no? Somehow.
exactly. I think rook h1 may be a big mistake. Okay, rook h5 was common. h4. h4. Okay, here after
Ah.
rook h5, I think he should move now king f2.
King f2 directly, yeah?
Yes, because he's just giving me one more piece. h4 and I get one more piece into the game.
Yeah,
I
was
don't know
really-
if he had
yeah.
missed this move.
Yeah, I was really impressed by this move,
Yeah.
rook h6, because
Bishop e4.
yeah, bringing.
And now
the
he has
rooks-
only one more. I think he has only one more here. Yes, king f2. Because of the pin there. After bishop e4, d for rook g6.
Yes.
So, but anyway, I played
Yeah.
bishop e4.
Yeah, this
And
looks very strong.
Here I saw this h1 is weak. Rook on h1. Pawn on c2 is weak. And the next I play c5 and everything is hanging.
Did you calculate till the end, or just it was an intuitive
More
sacrifice?
of intuitive sacrifice. But I did calculate at least 2-3
Yeah.
variations here. Yeah. d4.
So here I was
Queen
thinking
e4.
maybe b4, kind of like to try to stabilize the knight on d4.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, I didn't see b4 here.
Just probably
But,
black is
okay.
still better. I mean, still it's a big compensation or attacking, but at least I mean,
Right.
stabilizing the position.
Was okay.
I don't know. So
What happens if I play c5 anyway?
c5, b takes c5, and rook
Rook
c5. Yeah,
Yes. I
And-
have rook f6 and
rook f6
c3.
and rook c2.
Yeah, rook c3, rook or
Okay, rook c1. I can try to defend after
Rook
c-
f6.
king e2, rook a to c1.
Okay. Okay, yeah, of course. Rook f6, king e2, and then rook g6.
And then rook g6 and then
Yes.
rook g2.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, but problem this b4
Much
was,
better,
Yeah,
okay.
just because after
Okay.
king e2,
And but I was calculating rook d1 here.
okay,
Rook a d1. Yeah. c5, knight f3. And I'm not sure. Maybe Oh wait a minute.
rook
Here-
g6 or rook f6. Maybe rook g6. No,
Exactly. Here first rook g6.
queen f3. Rook f6
Yes,
is coming.
exactly, yes.
Ah,
Then
There
move
is
the queen and then c5.
yeah, yes. So yeah, this is the rook to
Intermediate move,
g6, queen h3,
Yes. And now c5.
and now c5.
Yes.
And if I move the knight to f3,
Okay. Now I think I have
rook
rook
f5,
f5. Yes.
with the idea rook f6 and also queen takes
Exactly.
c2.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, it's very hard to play for white this position. Anyway, the move king e2 I think is just losing.
Yes.
Just
It's-
losing
it's
immediately.
Just losing c5. But at least okay. Queen f3.
He missed this move, yeah, most
Yeah,
probably,
exactly.
because
Most-
I saw his
yeah.
head shaking. He started to shake his head, so this is
Yeah,
the
that's it. But okay, this position was not anyway.
yeah. The rest is simple.
Yes. Here I felt I must have lost my advantage. Okay, I thought instead of queen h6 I should have just taken d4.
Oh yeah,
But then okay, I saw rook f4 later. I thought I messed up here for a moment. Okay, but then I managed to get it back. And okay, after queen d5 I didn't have much chance here. Okay, this is lost.
congratulations!
Yeah,
It's
thank you.
really impressive for this win, and I wish you good luck for
Thank
the
you very
rest of the
much.
tournament.
Thank you.
you. Yeah, and we have a special guest in our studio, the winner of the game on board number 3, the leading United Arab Emirates Grandmaster, and not one of the greatest chess player of all the time. Grandmaster Salem. Welcome to our studio and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So this is a chess game of 21st century.
I mean,
Because
this game
how
is.
can you play b4 and a4? I mean, all this Capablanca, Lek, and Botvinnik probably will
They are turning. in
exactly
their
turning
graves.
in their graves. Yeah.
No, but I think I should have. Can you remove this estimation because otherwise I cannot analyze.
Of course, for you I can do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a second.
Because I know everything will be wrong. All my estimations, I will say white is winning, and then the bar will be down. Very good.
All right.
Okay, let's go. Okay, he usually plays e6. He played e5. I had one game already against Arashenko, which I won, and I forgot everything, of course. So I was just playing by ideas. And okay, this is theory, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Yes.
Knight c5, queen e2. I think this is theory, and bishop g7. Yeah, I think I'm playing logical because the idea is f3 g4 or g3 bishop h3. So after rook b8, I can decide now to play a3 or b4 because actually, okay, b4 is somehow my king is on b1, but he's losing 2 tempos. Let's say with this knight c5 and then back, and also rook on b8 will be not really great. I mean, so I'm like winning 2 tempos. It's very concrete, but I'm not sure the way I continued was right. But in general, b4 is typical idea in those positions.
b4, yes, but not followed by a4.
This is
yeah, I was,
yes.
I was
Yeah, but I thought, okay, why not to take the pawn? Of course, it looks very greedy.
Sorry, but I can't recommend this game to my students.
No, no.
Because just how can I explain to play a4 here? Just
I mean, to win the pawn,
king,
yeah.
to win the pawn.
To win the pawn, and then once you win the pawn, you have all your queen. I mean, the knight on d5, everything. I mean, it's secured, but of course, it's not true. I don't know. So maybe I should play something like g3 or f3, because okay, if he castles, then g4.
Yeah, I was thinking G3.
G3 is logical, but f3 is also very interesting. Of course, no, like very logical is g3 bishop h3, but in those kind of positions also f3 can be interesting. And okay, just that if castle then g4 is very annoying.
Probably knight b6, black can delay castle and try to change the strong knight on d5.
Yeah.
And
Okay, this is probably the logical continuation. But still, I mean, you can just play maybe
just
queen.
g3, rook bishop h3, rook h2,
Yes.
slowly a3.
Yes, combine those ideas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
trying to make some stability on the queen side.
But
and the
honestly
center.
speaking, somehow the first round, and I'm wearing the traditional stuff. I don't not sitting very comfortable. I decided that I will play the first thing comes in mind, you know. And I was almost getting punished because I think that he had this.
a4. So this is the first move that came to your mind, because for me this is like the move that you never can think about even.
I mean,
Not
okay,
look
I know
to
the
think
ideas,
about.
so that I thought if, I mean, he lost so much time and king on e8, maybe I can actually get away with winning this pawn. I will check with computer. I know you don't like it. Computer didn't like it, yeah?
No,
Okay.
I
so
have
it
computer
was,
on my side, so
so
sorry.
it was very bad. Okay.
Well,
Then you were right, of course. But a5, I don't think it's
no,
correct.
it's one of the first move, one of the first recommendation by computer.
Maybe it's
So
just
this is-
weak engine.
Yeah, this is this website engine, so just 24 engine.
I don't know if it's weak or not, but I mean, what I know that after I played this move, I had a heart attack. I mean, I almost died here when I played this move because I thought that this is very bad what he's doing.
Right.
And then I thought, okay, what happens if you take queen c7? Because only once I played this move, I realized this.
Whoa.
And I thought, okay, I will end up in
Bishop
books.
comes from h6.
I thought that already I was like in a total panic. Because, okay, maybe you can defend with white.
Okay, what's wrong with king a1, rook a4, king b2?
Exactly. So, did you analyze this queen c7?
No, I didn't.
Okay, very good. So maybe it's
No.
not computer.
I have no idea, sorry.
Okay, but here, Salim is asleep. Oh, he's awake. Because I missed my last round.
So
yeah?
once again, what's wrong with King C1 first?
Okay, one by one. So
Yeah.
I thought King C1. This is the first thing I calculated.
Right.
Bishop H6. Rook D2.
D2.
And what bothered me the most is actually if you play simple chess, like, I don't know, Knight C5, for example. Here, yeah, no, one moment, let me call because there's Bishop A2, Rook B8 and Knight C5. Every move is interesting. Rook D4 is minimum. No, but Rook D4, I thought I'm maybe okay. I thought that I'm maybe okay like this. I was already about to give my queen back. I mean, I just don't want this queen. And I thought that maybe actually I can press, but maybe it was a wrong estimation. Just I was in a huge panic. If he takes, I will take this one and D6. But a draw, yeah? Or what, he's better? I don't know. What do you think?
I think black is better.
How?
I don't know, Rook D8
Rook
followed
D8,
by
yeah.
D5.
Yeah, actually black is better, yeah. He doesn't need to take. No, but
I mean, not to take, but not immediately.
yeah, but this is minimum. I thought that he will not go for this. I would be happy because
Yeah.
maybe I can defend that position. But let's say if he plays,
King to A1, yeah? I know, I mean, if black continues.
yeah, if he black plays like, if Bishop A2, I thought C3. No, I have to play C3. And then, okay, maybe this is okay. But something like Knight C5, for example. Or Rook B8. I just couldn't look at this position. I thought that if he plays this, I will
Black
lose.
is just one piece for.
Okay, but King A1 is, and because King C1, it's like so much options, but
Right.
King A1 is forcing. He has to take, I
Right.
think, because okay,
This
just to
queen
make
B5.
this, yeah, just Queen B5, and
Yeah.
this is good. So he has to take, and now if I want to make a difference, I have to go here. So now it's complicated. If he gives check, now I have three options: Knight B5, Queen B5, or King C3. For example, King C3. This check and check, it's not mate, but I just was thinking, what happens if he just takes the piece?
So now two pieces for a queen and
And
plus
I'm still
strong attack.
undeveloped.
From practical point of view, it's a very big compensation.
Because he will take everything. If I mean knight is coming, it's just very bad.
Maybe
I-
even objectively black is already.
Yeah, so I cannot go after Rook B8. I have to play Knight B5 or Queen B5. If Knight B5, I thought this check, and I thought maybe I should make a draw. I don't know if I can make a draw.
King to A3.
If King A3, I was just worried some Bishop F8. I mean some easy chess.
Rook
with-
D5. Just
with-
giving everything just to block the
Yeah,
pawn.
maybe
I don't know.
to start. I mean, with maybe like I don't know D5 Bishop F8.
I take by pawn and D6. Maybe. I don't know.
Also, for
Can I?
example, there is Knight C5 idea, just for instance, and you can never move.
Yeah, this
It's
is.
just, I mean, it's
At least
it's
I
a
have
nightmare.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what's the estimation, but it's nightmare. So I have to go. I thought that maybe I have to go here.
So draw in the pocket.
Draw in the pocket. So, but if I want to play, I have maybe to play Queen B5. And now the point is that he takes and he gives this check.
King to C. Oh no, King
No,
to
King
A3.
C3, Knight C5.
Yeah, yeah.
King
to
A3 again. This something I didn't like. One
At
moment.
least Rook takes E4, and I cannot take on D6 because Bishop F8 maybe.
Yeah. So I thought
I
I
don't
should
know.
go here.
Right.
And then, yeah, I was not sure how to continue calculate. I mean, how to estimate or what to think about this. Knight C5 maybe. So I was not sure. But I mean, he has Rook B4 finally. This is, yeah, Rook B8 I thought is not scary because of Queen B5 and then Rook B4.
So now the only move is King A3. Otherwise,
A
it's
draw. Yeah, exactly. This is the way I was thinking. And then I thought about Knight C5, for example.
But I have the same move, Queen B5.
And by the way, I just want to show some beautiful mate here. You just remembered after King B2, if Rook B8, King C3. I said this is okay for me, yeah? But in the game I saw something like Bishop H6 actually.
Just to cut off the king from the D2.
Yeah, but wait, there was a beautiful mate with the knight on C5, Rook on A3. Maybe here, yeah? King C3, Knight C5, Knight E6. but then I go there. Yeah. No. This is not the way. Doesn't matter. So rook b4. Finally, I thought rook b4 is the best. I mean, to make it clear, what am I playing for? And if king here,
So knight c5, queen b5. White is not safe.
no, but now my king is on a3. Maybe he will not take. Maybe some rook c8. I don't know. No. So knight c5. What you are suggesting?
Queen
Queen
b5.
b5. Yeah. But now this hangs. Maybe.
If there is anything better, just take on b5 and knight e4. It's a full compensation.
I mean, what compensation? He's just maybe winning. He will take more and forks everywhere.
Yeah. So queen b5, just
No.
it's just not
Here, I thought.
c4. I don't know. It's okay.
No, but
anyway,
c4 rook b8 and then he sacrificed the rook.
sacrifice the rook and knight to a.
And then I don't know what. But it's just a knight. I mean, you cannot think about this position.
Exactly.
You know that you will lose.
Yeah.
So maybe I have to go for king. Yeah, but actually maybe I cannot go king a1. This was also the problem after rook b4. If I go king a1, maybe he will play for a win. Like rook b8,
Rook b8.
knight b5, or queen.
Or queen b5 this time, because e4 is not hanging. I mean, not hanging by knight.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what I know is that when he didn't play queen c7, I thought I would win this game. Doesn't matter what was the position. He played knight b6. And now, okay, it's actually interesting. Maybe since he didn't take on c7, I was like overestimating my position. I don't know what the computer thinks, but I thought that, okay, this is very good.
Okay, it was
No, but the point is
unclear
that
for.
I thought that
to
queen
tell.
e3 is a strong move. I don't know. Because the logical is to take on e6, let's say, and take rook d6, for example. I don't know. This is logical way to calculate. And then queen e7. And now, logical is to bring queen to b3, I think, no? Like queen e3, for example. But then I'm not in time.
Knight a4 and rook b5.
Yes.
Coming.
Yes, I'm not in time. So I have to play something like queen. I thought queen here. But there are so many tricks here. It's good for black, I think. Finally, I thought queen d2.
Maybe same move for knight takes a4.
And I think I calculated this. But this is maybe good for me, wait.
Take. But then the rook f takes f2. I can play. Take on a5.
But I
rook
don't
f2.
care about rook f2
Still,
maybe.
still black is. I mean, yeah, white is. Yeah.
Yeah.
little better.
No, but something I did not like. After queen d2. Maybe take on b4 or what?
Take on b4. Somehow white gets some stability.
Yeah, takes on b4. No, but
takes
where
on-
is your stability after takes? This is the important
a5.
point. a5, I think I has.
Knight a4. Yeah.
Yeah. Queen b4 and some trick. Knight c3, yeah? Knight c3 and queen d6.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So rook d7, but still dangerous. Very
And
dangerous.
there was some trick with bishop c4 which didn't work also. Yeah, I mean knight f bishop c4, knight c3. So this I was not sure because after rook d6, queen e7, I have he is asking questions here.
Wha-
Some rook h3, rook b3, but I mean if he takes on b4 and a4, I don't get stability. I somehow need to keep something, but how? So I thought that maybe rook takes d6, but it will be the same.
Queen e7. Yeah.
Yeah. And my main idea in my mind that queen should be here. So that's why I thought that rook queen e3 is strong. Because now, I mean, if he takes if he takes here,
Rook d6. Yeah.
I think now I was going for here just rook d6.
Or knight e6, rook d6.
Yeah.
Forcing the knight to move to d7, but this is
Yeah.
bad.
So he played
Bishop d7 is a big mistake.
according to computer.
Yes.
Bishop d7 was strange. So,
yeah.
but what I mean, if
No,
he
wha-
takes.
yeah, this was critical, I think.
But I thought I had just taken queen b3. I didn't even see idea for black. This was my point of queen e3. That I'm never taking on d6. With my rook on d6, things are hanging. With rook on d1, I'm stable. This queen b3 comes. So that's why I was very happy when I found. I spent a lot of time when I found queen e3. Because with rook on d1, I'm safe. Somehow this pawn is tempting with tempo, but then everything hangs.
And if black takes on b4 now, same rook d6, yes, coming.
Yeah, now rook d6. So he cannot take on a4 or b4. That's why he made some third move.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what to recommend for him. I thought that this is bad.
Maybe some bishop c4, knight c4, but no.
Yeah, but I
don't
mean,
know.
I calculated even this. Knight c4, for example, just to show, I mean, one line. Okay, takes, for example. He plays this like everything is hanging, but queen here. And nothing works for him. I'm solid.
Taking on b4.
On b4, but I
Just take the bishop, sorry.
yeah,
I was
he
thinking
should take on b5.
first on b5.
But I saw something, I don't know, pawn takes
Knight
or
b5.
knight takes. I think just knight takes maybe.
Take on b4.
And
no.
rook c8, rook c6 I have. I mean,
Or queen d5.
or just move the queen.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm trying to change pieces.
Yes, yeah. Rooks, I agree. Yeah, rook c6.
So actually I didn't see a move for him. Because okay, if those two main moves are not working, then he has problems. So that's I was very happy with it. I think this is the most important move in the game. And then he played this. And now again it looks very easy. It looks very bad for him. But in fact I was not sure. When I started to calculate, because I think like knight takes a4 and queen d2 looks very logical, for example. No, rook d6, knight a4. And okay, like normally this is the drawback of
Yeah.
this, and he should just resign, but actually bishop b5 was annoying me. Rook d8 and rook fd8, and I was calculating knight d5. Bishop takes, rook takes. I mean, I was not sure, but maybe even pawn takes. Cuck minimum. And this is a very strange position. I don't know what is it. It looks okay, queen and everything, but my king is weak.
Yeah, knight
How am I
c3.
going to win this? I mean, and if he suddenly his bishop comes to h6, then I will never move from this queen side. If my king would be on g1 here, I mean, I'm completely winning. But with king on b1, I'm not sure. So I didn't. My queen d2, I rejected for this reason. Queen b3 doesn't work because of takes, and takes.
Yeah.
So I thought that what I played was nice. But I had two options actually, to start with queen a7 or to play knight d5. Because my idea queen a7, it looks like the same. If he takes, then it's the same. But here I played knight d5. This was my whole point, that this is hanging. And otherwise, actually, yeah, here maybe queen e7 to play. This somehow was... I thought that this is just winning.
Queen g5. Wow, unexpected from the other side.
Yeah, because I'm catching the queen.
Yeah.
And but actually maybe this is not easy. Takes, and this, and if rook b6, queen b4 he
It
has.
should be somewhere.
But
check,
the queen
check on.
b4 is annoying. How, what? I mean, what to play? Maybe I mean takes, but takes.
Yeah.
So my king is lonely now. So maybe not queen g5, maybe some just queen b3. Simple chess. But I mean it's not so simple, of course.
Black can take on b4 now.
But I take on b4, then maybe, wait. I have always rook b6, knight d5 idea, this is one.
Mm-hmm.
And what about a5, knight a4 you have or what? No,
Maybe.
knight a4, knight d5, this is always the trick.
Uh-huh. No, but if on a5 I take bishop takes b5 first,
Yeah, I have to take with the knight.
and then knight a4, but this is
No,
not.
knight a4, queen a4 now.
Rook-
Ah, yeah,
rook
you want to
b5,
play this,
rook
but this is
b6.
not good.
Yeah, probably bad.
Even better for you maybe without the pawn on b4.
Yeah.
Who knows, but...
Here, okay, maybe.
no, I think it's bad. I mean, for
Doesn't
many
matter.
reasons. Because I'm not sure even how to take. Because I think if I put my bishop on b3, it's fantastic. Oh, on d5. I mean, why am I so chicken? Maybe on d5.
Yeah, I have no time to bring my bishop to d4.
That's
or
why
someone.
maybe I take even by queen. I don't know. And just
Bishop
play.
c4.
Because all these end games are just great.
Yeah, no time to bring the bishop. Actually, I was thinking to bring.
Yeah. If you put
Some-
it on c3, but still
Exactly.
maybe bad, you
Yeah,
know?
king goes to b3, and yeah, yes. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know where. I mean, if the computer was saying he's okay, then I don't know where he should improve. I mean, queen c7 for sure. This was like,
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's bad, I would lose this game.
Yeah, it's very difficult to play for white. Very difficult.
I think
For
it's
some
just strong. It's simply it's strong. I mean, I will check later with my computer. So, queen here, and now he played bishop d7, takes. Yeah, because first I wanted to avoid, but I realized that this is maybe strong. I mean, that knight a4 and this queen a7.
Yeah.
And I could also start this way. The idea if he takes then queen a7, and but it will be the same if he takes. But here maybe I'm allowing this option. This was my worry. I mean, very strange move out of nowhere, but I mean it just maybe queen b8 ideas. He stops my queen a7. Maybe it's not so
And if
stupid.
queen b3 here,
Yeah, queen b3. I would tell you what I didn't like.
knight b6 back, but I don't believe this is good.
Yeah, but also like I'm trying to finish the game in my mind. Like I thought that
I
that
see.
is winning piece or something. So, but here wait, is it maybe
Knight
it's also
b6,
good?
yeah.
No, but here he cannot play AB.
Rook takes d7, but this is, I don't know, how good is that one?
Yeah, rook takes d7. Yeah, this is very good for me.
Very good, yeah?
Yeah, very good because I'm very solid with those knights.
Yeah,
Bishop
yeah,
on
just
c4. I mean, even
those
I can
knights
take
are-
on
are
b4
defend each
with the
each other,
queen later. Yeah.
yeah.
So
But knight b6, actually,
knight b6. Yeah.
here, yeah, I can find like something concrete for white.
Yeah, maybe he's still playing.
Okay, maybe taking on a5, knight d5, queen d5.
Don't want to take on g6 at some point.
Oh,
How to take? What do you want?
no, I was thinking just to take on a5, but it looks too risky. And if knight d5, queen
Maybe
d5.
knight c8. Now he changes his mind or something.
Oh.
I don't know. But rook a6. Keep him. I don't know. I mean, this is
Or
strange.
maybe
as
some
of course.
some Kasparov style sacrifice, rook takes d7.
Yes, yes.
I'm bringing,
It's Sveshnikov, yeah.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
did
yeah,
that.
exactly.
Beautiful game. Yeah.
Exactly, it's just bringing the bishop.
Yeah. Maybe queen. Maybe knight d5 is also possible. But I thought that queen a7 is just more precise. And there is no. I mean, I was only worried of what he played.
Yeah, because if he managed to
I
take
can
the
lose.
bishop, yes, exactly.
I can even lose because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not even draw. I mean, that's strange.
Yes. So
Yeah, here if knight c3 it's over, and if rook, and here if okay, knight d5. Sorry. Also, I mean this is important that after this I can take here. Otherwise his queen comes to a5 and then he gives the piece and mating me. So bishop b5. Yeah, takes and takes. King b2 is. I mean, I don't know what is this. Queen e7 you are going, yeah?
I was thinking, I didn't use the engine, so I was just thinking that this is can be like a.
For me, I have many questions here. First of all, for black to put knight on d4 and to press on c2, or just to play knight c3? This is the first question.
Knight d4, rook c8 looks, I don't know.
Logical,
More-
but also
more-
knight c3 is asking immediate questions like, okay, you will take or not? If you take, then happens with your king, for example.
Can I play here knight
Maybe knight
f6 check?
f6,
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm talking generally. Maybe here just some rook d6 or something. I don't know.
No, it's not that easy to win. It's not that simple. The position is still remains.
I was thinking honestly like queen e3, or I thought maybe something concrete like check, because here I have queen c5, and
Right.
if here, but I didn't even calculate further. I thought maybe some queen a2, now threatening c6 and f7. I mean, trying to find some concrete solutions. But I thought even calc minimum,
rook
like
d6.
rook d6, rook f6, and
yes,
I don't like.
yes, yes.
And so it's strange. And I thought if queen here, then just knight, I don't know, knight d4 or knight, no, knight d4 I thought, because this was hanging, check and knight c6. And what is going on? Who's better and why?
Yeah. No, it's there's a simple rule. If you can take material and no punishment for this,
Yeah, but you don't know, there is punishment or not, yeah?
you should take the material. Yeah.
And maybe queen f, I thought that queen f5 was precise.
Okay, computer gives the winning here.
I'm winning,
Yes.
but queen a5, yeah?
I don't know exactly the move, but winning.
No, I thought queen a5
Probably queen a5.
is necessary, because,
Queen a5 is the.
and here black has options. The point is, he has to keep the rooks there.
Otherwise, rook d1, rook d5.
Yeah, or for example, if he threatens rook b6, then I have king a2. That's why he needs the rook to threaten rook a8.
Rook b6, king, rook b1.
and rook b1 already, and it's over. Also, if he plays, I thought some move like this. I thought, what am I going to do? Because my point was if this, bishop
Yes.
d2, and if rook d3, he takes and c2 wins.
That's
This was
brilliant.
the trick.
Yeah, that's tricky.
But here I think I saw something. After bishop h6, what did I thought, yeah, I thought rook here, bishop d2, and maybe rook f3 or something. Rook f3, rook f6, and from there I'm trying to come. Like rook f3. And if he tries to stop,
And
maybe
if
I can.
And if I play here rook d6,
And
now
then
king
I move
takes-
my king.
But you don't have rook b1,
Yeah,
the
yes,
same
yes.
idea.
This was a this. Yeah. This
and I
was-
can play king b6 or
No,
rook
you
b6
can attack
here.
me. You can attack me.
Exactly. So this is the difference.
Yeah, and I can lose, but actually here maybe not because bishop c4 and maybe there is nothing. Yeah. Maybe I'm mating first. So you also have
anyway,
king.
it's very sharp. I don't
It's
know.
very sharp.
Depends of one small temp, one small
Yeah,
mistake.
Yeah.
E5 is hanging. Yeah, this is the
E5
point.
is hanging, of course.
This is the point. Yeah.
So no, it was not easy to
Yeah.
go for this. Because imagine if he just suddenly put the bishop here and then I can lose because I cannot even get to normal, I don't know, opposite card bishop. Or maybe I can, the problem that I cannot even sacrifice. No, at some point I have queen d8 and bishop. Yeah, this is true. So here, yeah, if he moves the rook from the d file, then I have rook d1, rook d8. If he keeps on d file, then I have king a2, rook b1. So he played this is correct, I thought. But I mean, this is bad, so I don't know if it's correct or not. And because of rook h3,
No more idea of bishop d2. Yeah.
and yeah,
That
Yes.
was, yeah.
and but I actually it was taking me time because I thought that he wants rook d4. I mean, from far when I wanted to go for this, I was calculating this line, and then finally I realized that I'm winning here. This was somehow my worry to go for this queen a5 move.
Right.
And here I thought that queen a7 or c7 the same, but actually it's not. Because if I go here, I think this check suddenly was annoying me. And yeah, this is the point that I should go here. Takes. And now I don't have rook b3 because rook a5. So I have to go to c7. I mean, okay, you have two moves, c7 or a7. So this. And the point that if he takes,
Even if the same check is come.
yeah, this is. I will show you. Then
Yeah?
this is winning here. Here, this is winning. I'm just playing c3.
Doesn't look so easy. I don't know. Check king b2. Yeah.
Yeah, and if he
Okay,
starts
yes.
by check,
Yeah.
I have to go to a2. And now, if he gives check, then I go king b2 and just take the piece. So he takes. And now the end is near. Yeah, just rook b3.
Rook b3, rook a5, king b2. Yeah.
Yeah,
nothing.
but then he's also this bishop. He cannot go away with the bishop.
And no tricks, nothing.
I didn't see any tricks. Ah no, sorry. Here I had my idea was this. Sorry, here my idea was rook f3 in this case.
With tempo.
With the king on b2, I cannot do this. I mean, if he takes, I have to play rook b3.
Yes.
But with after check, I have this extra idea of rook f3. This was my point. And I had no tricks. So yeah, I mean, okay, I was brave, but also I had no choice maybe to go for this.
Yeah, in this specific position for sure.
And then he
That was
played.
the best.
Okay, I think that around here he should resign.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he
Yes.
kept on playing. Okay, it's not important. But yeah, I mean, of course, my approach was maybe wrong, not even risky. I don't know if you said the computer said it's bad, but I don't know. I got rewarded.
I said that it was your home preparation. This before
Maybe
I
it
thought-
was. Actually, I'm playing by ideas, you know. Maybe it was our preparation. Maybe not. Maybe it was different position. And I was not even trying to remember. I said, okay, I will play and see, you know. It's strange approach, but somehow it's practical because I cannot waste all my time and then I don't remember anyway. So I decided to go for it. And
Okay.
okay, now I can check next time. I
You
will
got
not play.
rewarded for your courage. I mean, this is really playing before A4
Yeah.
such a.
Showing no understanding, but okay.
Here it's not about understanding. This is just modern approach to chess.
Yeah.
It's completely different approach.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Tomorrow is a double round, so I don't.
Oh, Oh yeah, I have to remember.
Yeah, exactly. So
10 o'clock?
10 o'clock morning round. Thank you for coming to our studio, and I
Okay.
hope you will come again
Thank
with
you
good
very
results,
much.
because Abu Dhabi is a lucky place for you.
I hope so. I
Last
hope so.
year you shared first, and it was a good, very
Yeah.
good result.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Grandmaster Salem won a fantastic game, and the round is near to the end. So we have one big surprise on board number one. International master from India won his game against Krivoruchko and draw on board number two. Draw on board number two. Once again, the tournament will be full of surprises, especially coming from young Indian or not so well-known Indian players. No more result. No, by the way, we have one more surprise on board number 6. Woman international master on board number 6 defeated one more Ukrainian super grandmaster, Vladimir Onishuk. So a lot of surprises in round number 1. And yeah, here in the screen you can see the results. Follow us on Chess Results. Tomorrow the round starts at 10 o'clock local time. So thank you for staying with us. And our special guest tonight, Salem, Akopian, Indian international master Vianney, and of course the international master, fresh international master and Arab champion Omran Al Hossani from our club. He drew his game with international master from Iran. I am Grandmaster Viorel Ordokescu, and thank you for following us. And we are waiting for you tomorrow, 10 o'clock in the morning, for the live coverage of Abu Dhabi 26th Abu Dhabi International Chess Festival. Thank you, and I wish you a good night, and see you tomorrow morning.